Hey guys, my name is Luke Eggebraaten, owner of Phaser Marketing. I want to welcome you to episode 6 of Phaser Friday. Our sponsor for this episode is ourselves again. So Phaser Friday is brought to you by Phaser Marketing. Let's be honest, you either own a small business or you know somebody that does. Phaser Marketing offers a one-stop shop marketing team for your business. They save you from wasting your valuable time trying to learn and juggle the core elements of marketing. If you want to focus more on what you do best, make sure to check out our website at phasermarketing.com. That's phasermarketing.com, and take your business to the next level. And with that, I'm so excited for episode 6. I can't wait to introduce these two guys. We've been working together now for a little while. Very passionate about what they do. I've been wanting to have them on for a long time. So with that, I'd like to introduce Xavier and Briton with Buzi Bus. What's going on, guys?
What up?
Dude, I am so excited for this one. I think it's a long time coming, but I'm glad to have you guys on the show. I appreciate it.
For sure, man. Yeah, happy to be here.
So kind of just to get started, if you guys don't mind telling the listeners a little bit about yourself and what you guys do with Buzi Bus.
Well, like Luke said, my name is Xavier Bonner. I'm originally from Brooklyn Park, Minnesota, but I came to Fargo because I came here for school. I came here pursuing an engineering degree, but over quarantine, I kind of had this idea, and I took off with it and turned it into Buzi Bus. And that's how we've gotten to here today.
And I'm Briton Thompson from Detroit Lakes, Minnesota. And yeah, go DL. I came to Fargo probably 6 years ago, and I just graduated from NDSU with a marketing, or I guess strategic communications degree last May.
Me and Briton became best friends my freshman year.
Yep.
There you go.
Out partying every weekend.
Hey, I love it. And then, so, Buzi Bus. So what is it? What do you guys do? And I guess what's the business and what's the mission behind it?
So let's say if a party bus and an Uber had a baby, it'd be a Buzi Bus. We're here for the experience. We're always looking to get people home safely, but while we're doing so, we want to have a great time and always try to get lit.
Man, I love it. And, I think I've heard you talk about it before, but kind of how you came up with it of, you're like, when you're pre-gaming and you want to go to the party, you don't want to stop partying. So it'd be cool to have like an Uber that is the party, kind of bring you to the party. And just the way you explained it made so much sense to me. I was like, that's amazing, because you're making a great decision, getting a sober ride, but B, you're doing what you want to be doing. And that's partying. So I think what a great way to establish yourself like as a business and like just have a ton of fun with it.
Yeah, I know me and Briton have personally had our fair share of good times on party buses. So
oh yeah,
we just made it into our own little venture.
Oh, I love it. So when did Buzi Bus officially start? Do you remember when you had your first ride?
So I have a sign right here that says August 19th, we had 0 riders.
Let's go. So in 1 month, we'll be at 1 year then, right?
Yep. Very first day, we had 0 riders. Second day, we had 4. And then from there, it just kept rising.
Man. And what are you at today?
To this day, we have over 8,000 lives saved.
Over 8,000?
Yep. So every ride is a life saved. And we've had over 8,000.
That's amazing. And that's in less than 1 year. You've given over 8,000 rides. And yeah, like you said, you equate that to lives saved, because that's really what it is. I mean, how cool is that you guys can be, kind of come into this industry and say like, step aside Uber and Lyft and, step to the side taxis and party buses. Like this is going to be the new way to travel, to party, and to be safe while doing it and making those responsible decisions. So when are you going to hit 10,000?
We're hoping within the next 4 weeks, hopefully before the 1 year anniversary.
Oh, before the 1 year. We'll hopefully when we launch this, we'll get some more. We'll give some rides away and we can get that up there. So
For sure. We got school coming up, so a lot of new faces coming in.
Oh, that's good.
Coming back, so it'll be a fun time this year.
I love it. So I guess something that's been on my mind, like when I think about you guys and I think about, you know, kind of the stigma around maybe partying or driving drunk. And, you know, there's a lot of issues with that. So I guess, how do you relate to those people that are partying, and how do you relay your message of like, hey, it's cool to party, but you need to get a safe ride home. It can still be cool to do that, and we'll help you with that. So how do you think you guys relate to that crew?
I think that we relate to the party crew kind of because we were them. We are them. We like to party. Yeah. We like to party. We like to have fun, but just stressing that we want to do it the right way, have our fun, but be sure that we get home safe so we can continue to have more fun.
Man, I love it. I mean, and you guys are, you know, you're living in the business. You know, I know when Xavier's not driving, he's on the bus getting a safe ride home. So, oh man, I absolutely love it. And, you know, for a lot of people who don't know this, and Xavier, I can't remember when this was, but when you first started, I had gotten wind of maybe a news story written about you, and I kind of just loved what you were doing. I saw, you know, your website you put together, and I saw, you know, social media you're doing, and really just, you could tell you're doing it on your, you know, you're doing it and you're figuring it out, and you're just like, we just got to get started on this and we'll figure it out kind of along the way. And I remember I just thought that was so cool. So Briton, I think I texted you and asked for your contact info, and I was like, hey, like, how about I set up your Google My Business listing, and I'll run it, you know, for free. Cause to me, that's super easy to do. And I really liked your message and what, and made that little commercial and some graphics. And I just thought, I was like, gosh, what a cool thing to be a part of. And any way I could do it, I just really wanted to be a part of it. So, and that was probably, you know, almost 7-8 months ago or something like that.
That was at the very beginning. Like,
yeah. But, well, I guess with that, I got another question. So, you know, we've had people on the show and we talk about entrepreneurship, talk about small business and different things like that. And really, I think what I would really like to do with Phaser Friday is help break down these big walls of like talking about owning your own business and how you can own your own business and different things like that. But one thing I kind of want to ask you guys is, has there been a roadblock you've run into, or has there, like, what hasn't been easy running your own business and trying to figure this out?
I would say just having the accessibility to the knowledge needed to run a business. It's dope now that we have like YouTube to teach us everything.
Yeah.
But it takes like the initiative to actually go on there and figure things out. Like you have like looking up the legal aspects of your business.
Yeah.
And like getting yourself insured and making sure that you're covered, and then marketing yourself and learning all these different skills and stuff like that. I know a lot of people have like mentors and stuff, and like I've had some people that have helped me along the way. That helps a lot. I kind of wish I had somebody that was just like on my hip teaching me the whole way.
Yeah.
But people have their own obligations. So, you know, every little piece of advice I can give from somebody helps.
Yeah, totally. And at the same time, I mean, the most you can learn is by doing it. And that's exactly what you guys are doing. And that's honestly what I'm doing too. I'm learning every single day. And, you know, if I don't know something, I'll try and reach out to somebody that does know it and I'll ask them. But really, I look back 6 months from now, or 6 months from today, and I'm like, wow, what I've learned just by doing it and trying and, you know, going through those obstacles. And, you know, it's probably the best way you can learn is just doing it.
Yeah. And that's what I've been telling like some of my friends that have the entrepreneurial mindset and like different hobbies and stuff. Like I'll tell them, like, if you really want to do it and go hard in it, then just take the first step. The very first step of just starting is the hardest step. And then it's like a domino effect.
Yeah.
And everything's just going to start to line up and you're going to learn things as you go. And every time you come into something you want to try, it's going to be a matter of you just taking that first step again, you know? And after that, it just keeps rolling.
And one piece of advice I like to give people is, if you have this idea to start a business and, you just keep putting it off, like, oh, I need to write this big, long business plan, or I need to go do this or that. My thing is make a logo or have one made and buy, take like $100, $200 and buy some hats. And then you're just like, then you're in, and then you're wearing the brand and you're like, well, might as well just do the next thing. Let's make some social media pages. Okay. And then what's next? Let's business cards. Then let's get a customer. And then how do I do my service or sell my product? And I love that. And that's what I did when I first started Phaser. It was October 24th, 2019. I, bought the LLC, didn't know how to do that. And then got that approved. And in the state of Nebraska, it's required that your business has to publish your business in the newspaper. It's a $66 fee. I remember that just about put me under. And so paid the $66. And then I think it was like $100 or $200 and bought like a sleeve of hats with PM on it. And then I was like, well, I'm in now,
Yep, you're all in now.
Yeah. And I love that because
those original Phaser hats for the goat though.
Yeah. And they're still going around and they're still selling and I love it. But I mean, it's just like, then there's some sweat equity in there and you kind of see it and you're just like, wow, this is kind of cool. Like, what's the next step? And it's, for you guys, it's let's start giving rides. How do we get rides? Let's start a social media page and kind of go from there.
Yeah. Like when I was first starting, I was literally sitting on my buddy's balcony in Nashville with three of my high school buddies. And we were just talking about it. And then they were like, yo, if you really want to do it, just do it, make it happen. And then ever since then, I went online, learned how to get my LLC, learned how to make a website on Wix, and then just took off from there.
Dude, that's amazing. I love that. And, would you change anything from how you started?
I probably would have looked for a van earlier. I got the van, I think it was July 25th, and we started August 19th, and we did a full customization of the van. Like you can still see today with the benches and the cubbies up front and then the paint job on the side. I had a lot of good people that chipped a hand in and helped build those things up and make sure that the van looked good. And we were operational on August 19th. Big shout out to my guy, Dale Spillman. He did a lot of work to make sure that we started on that day.
Let's go. That's awesome. And, I kind of want to stop there and talk a little bit about that. But I think, you guys and myself, we have very similar, foundations of how we grew our businesses. And that's through the people and the community and literally people supporting us in any way. Do you guys mind talking a little bit about that and how the Fargo community, your friends and like their friends and people are just kind of rallying around you? Like, talk a little bit about that and how what that means to you and how that's growing your business.
Yeah. When we were getting started with this and like, when I planned on starting, I basically was like taking my platform from what I had done at NDSU, going out, meeting a whole bunch of people every weekend, or during the week in class, meeting a bunch of people and hey,
let's go.
Let's go.
Sorry to interrupt.
People don't know about this one. This is a little Dare shirt replica that we.
That's amazing.
Buzi Bus got the hats.
That's amazing.
I love it. But yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah. Through all the people that I met, I was like, I know all these people that go out. They need a ride every weekend. I had a friend that sacrificed pretty much his whole year to drive us around, and he had a good time with it. And I was like, I could definitely see myself doing this as well and making this my thing, And from there, people just supported it, and everybody knows that Fargo is the drunkest city in America. We claim it, it's something that we strive to do. but yeah, people really realize that drinking and driving is a big problem, and they've supported everything that we've done so far. Trying to help save lives, trying to keep the roads safe. We have some friends that have been in certain situations where they didn't come out on the better end of the drinking and driving, and it hits everyone hard, and we're trying to avoid that. Bring that number to zero.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So is that kind of the ultimate goal, is to bring drinking and driving deaths in Fargo, North Dakota to zero in a year?
Yeah,
Definitely.
absolutely.
And if once that's complete, or while we're doing that, get it everywhere in the U.S. Bring that drunk driving total down.
It might not be possible to stop everybody from drinking and driving, but
hey,
at least,
if you stop one, think about that. If you stop one person or one life, I mean, that is incredible. So, and, Briton, you kind of talked about it a little bit, but, the next city. So what does that look like? Are you guys, you're in Fargo right now, obviously, and doing really well, like things are really picking up. Is the next step, is it like another college city, like Grand Forks, or are you thinking like Lincoln, Nebraska, or kind of where's the next place?
Yeah. We've been thinking about expanding all summer. That's all we've been thinking about, how we can make our business bigger and better. And one thing that we're really excited about right now is the development of our mobile phone app. So it'll make getting rides a lot easier, much like an Uber or Lyft service.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the App Store, download it, go on there, request a ride, and then we'll respond with if we can pick you up or not. And, we get lit. But yeah, that's the plan, is to expand from there. We would love to go to different college towns and focus on like the younger crowd, the millennials, much like us, and like our friend groups and stuff like that. Really hitting our demographic of people, teaching them these life skills of not drinking and driving.
Right.
So, if you go through college of 4 years in college, always using a Buzi bus to get around, as an adult, you're going to be less prone to drinking.
Right.
And
Definitely be like, all those times I was drinking, I always got a ride home. Why not continue to do that?
Right.
Right.
Teach my kids to do that, and their kids, and then just.
Totally. I mean, I can totally see how that has a positive effect. It's just like, oh, well, I can't drive, obviously, so I'm going to call Buzi Bus. And then, for some reason, if the Buzi Bus isn't available, it's like, okay, how else are we getting home? What's the next option down? But, just having them think about that is huge. And I think you guys do an amazing job of that, because you make it so fun, because it still feels like a party, and you're really kind of getting into that group that needs it most. And that's the college kids, or, everyone in their 20s. But then also, I kind of want to talk about this, is you guys don't just do kids in college going to the bars. I mean, you guys, it looked like you're doing weddings, events, bachelor parties. Like, talk a little bit about how diverse your business is and like who you're willing to drive.
Yeah, it's been kind of crazy. Over the summer, we've been getting requested to do all kinds of events. Been doing a bunch of bachelorette parties, did a couple of weddings, a couple of birthdays. 4th of July in DL.
Yeah.
We went out there. We're going out there for We Fest. So, just trying to get where we can to be in the right place to save as many lives as possible.
Yeah. Wow. You said you guys are going out to We Fest. I mean, what a better place to kind of talk about that and have a good time doing it. I think it's so important for people to know that there are options, and then to give them those options. And so, hats off to you guys again, just for making it happen, and then just having a blast doing it. I mean, it's so cool to see you guys grow, but then, the community kind of rally around you, and your friends rallying around you. And even like, I think we're starting to see families and adults, and hopefully, yeah, and like police departments maybe, and like schools, it'd be like, hey, we're here to do a good thing, and we're really trying to promote that. And correct me if I'm wrong, I think everyone's going to go out and drink anyway, no matter what people say.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't neglect the fact that people are going to go out and drink. You might as well provide a resource for them to do it responsibly, Exactly.
And there's organizations out there. I know Vision Zero in North Dakota, that's a big one. And, I could see you guys totally partnering up with them eventually and just kind of tackling this big issue together and, really working on the same team.
Yeah. We actually spoke with Vision Zero briefly about partnering up with them because, we have the same goal in mind of trying to eliminate drinking and driving. And they see that we're doing it while having a good time and affecting a crowd that maybe they can't reach to in the college students and young adults. Right, for sure. So kind of to turn a little bit and go back to the business part. So a lot of people that listen to Phaser Friday, are entrepreneurs, or they have a small business, or they're just like somewhat interested in business. And kind of like I said, that's kind of who we want to market to, is just people that are interested in business and how it works and things like that. So a good question I like to ask is, for you guys, what advice would you give if somebody listening has a hobby and they're kind of doing it and they just don't know how to turn it into a business or where to start? I guess, what would be your advice to them if they wanted to turn that hobby into a business?
I would say that, like, nowadays with the way that the internet is going, internet money is a big thing. And like the resources that we have compared to, X said this earlier, but the resources that we have, like Google, YouTube, all that, from years before, nobody really had that. Now it's starting to be so prominent that it's so easy to look things up and understand the things that you need to for if you want to turn your hobby into your profession and have it be your job and your essential moneymaker. One thing that I have said to a ton of people is, like, if you can think of like something, someone gets paid to do that. Right. There's so many odd jobs. There's people that they make hundreds crocheting stuff. There's hundreds making this, that, the other thing. There's always money to be made in whatever people enjoy doing, have hobbies doing, all that.
Yeah. One piece of advice I would say, if you love it, pursue it. If you don't love it, then you might as well just flush it down the toilet, because you're not going to care. You're not going to put your max effort into it. You won't be happy. Do what you truly love, if that's knitting, if that's making clothes, if that's, driving a van on the weekends. Yeah. It is, just pursue that and take that first step, get serious, set your mind on it, believe in yourself, 100%, and your mind can do some crazy things.
Definitely. Don't be afraid of failure. Just be afraid of what ifs.
Right. Totally. And I think, I think there's one misconception that a lot of people think of. It's, well, I can't start a business because, I have to support, my wife or my kids. But what I would say is, try it. Most businesses you can try and start on the side, without paying yourself, keeping all the money in the side business, and kind of create a side hustle and keep your day job, keep that salary coming in, but really start to explore this side hustle that you've got going. And then when you figure out, like, oh, people will pay for this, and how can I monetize this and kind of make more money? And then you kind of get to a point, maybe it's a year, 2 years, 3 years down the road, but you've already been doing it, that you're like, all right, let's take this jump and go full time with this side hustle.
100%. I don't know if you can see this. There's a little ring, but my tweet says, one thing you'll never be able to say is that I didn't put the work in, steady grinding, because it's always about taking that first step and just following through with it. Always putting that work in on the things that you love.
Totally, man. And, people pick you up along the way, especially if you are putting those people in your corner to help you along. It's just like, hey, I'm doing this, and if I need help, like, can I come to you? And people will say yes. And people are always willing to help somebody who's putting in the work for something they care about, especially a small business or their own business. And, they want to see them succeed and make it happen.
Yeah. And if you go to somebody for help and they blow you off, well, then fuck them. Go to the next person.
Exactly.
Honestly, you can't be afraid to approach somebody else because you got shut down by the first person.
Right.
Because the next person might have the resources that the first person didn't have to make you successful. So just keep going.
Totally. Plus you don't need any negativity in your life anyway. Yeah, I mean, 100%. Find somebody that's there to lift you up and, help you along the way too. But I will say you also need somebody that will tell you how it is and not sugarcoat everything. Cause I've realized that that's very, very important of like, okay, I know I'm doing a great job. Thank you. But can you like give me something a little more concrete and like help me out? And there's people out there that will do that, and that can help a lot. So going back to Buzi Bus, I gotta say, so with let's go. So Buzi Bus, I had mentioned it earlier. I had reached out to Xavier, and this was 7, 8, 9 months ago, and we're kind of doing a little work together, but it was just small things here and there. But then we started working together like with Phaser and Buzi Bus. And so I had to throw the question in here, but I got to ask you guys, what's it like working with Phaser, and how long is this relationship going to go on?
I really enjoy working with Phaser. Luke, I've known you since 4th, 5th grade when we were playing football for the Loons. Right. So I've known you for so long. You've been working so hard with Phaser for the last 2 years. You said started in October of 2019, I believe you said. So, I mean, just know then that you put your work in to be Phaser marketing and have your name be a reliable and trustworthy source. And that puts out great content, great marketing for any small business or any business in general. It's been good just knowing that you're working your ass off to make sure that we're successful and making yourself successful all the way.
And that's why I wanted to throw that out there, because it's totally a two-way street. Like anyone we work with, we want them to succeed. And then obviously we want to succeed as well. So it's like, why don't we just try and do this together? And, it's way more fun that way when both businesses are succeeding, but, it doesn't always happen. It's like, some businesses, they have ups and downs. And so we're trying to be there for them during those times as well. And really what we do is handle all of their digital marketing so that they can focus on the other things. And, I was talking to Olivia last night about this, and we're almost like not even as much of a marketing agency, but just an agency that simplifies part of your business for you. Instead of you guys trying to figure out your website, SEO, graphic design, digital ads, analytics, like you just check one box with us, give it to us, and just know that you're taken care of. So we're almost just keeping your life simple in a way.
Yeah, because I know when we first partnered up, I had been trying to do all that stuff myself.
It's hard.
I'm running the Instagram account. I'm running the website, all this, and trying to make everything look professional and do my best to engage viewers and stuff like that. But when we partnered up with you guys, it was literally like a burden off my shoulders. Like the weight was lifted off of my shoulders. Like, and I'm 22 years old, so I'm pretty proficient in social media and Instagram and Facebook and all that. But like bringing you guys on, I think in like the first 20 days we gained 150 followers or something like that, organically through.
It's just and honestly, it's just so much fun too. You guys are obviously a client like we've never had before, and the content you come up with for Buzi Bus is way different than some of our other clients. So that's it's been so much fun. Obviously shout out to Josie. She's been working a ton with us and you guys, and the whole team, they do a great job because Xavier, kind of like you were saying, you could do everything and how, but do you want to spend your time doing all that? And I'm in the same boat. Like, I don't do all of the marketing that Phaser does. So we have people on our team that help with that. And that's really what it's all about, is putting people in your corner to help you out along the way.
Right.
But yeah, I'm excited. Like, you know, being with you guys, it's just, I see so much in the future. And especially when we talk about going to other universities and other cities, it's just like, you know, the sky's the limit. But honestly, the bigger part for me is your guys' mission and the, you know, trying to eliminate drunk driving and kind of the passion behind that. I just think is so awesome. And, you know, I'd get behind that any day, whether we're partners or not. Like, I'm just, let's go. Let's see you guys succeed.
Yeah.
But, so kind of to wrap things up here, you know, we talked a little bit about, you know, the app coming out and, you know, your website, social media, you know, things like that. But, kind of two questions. So first question is, if it's the weekend and somebody is trying to book a ride, what's the best way that they should book a ride through you guys?
You can call us or text us. Our phone number is everywhere. It's on our social media. It's on our website. You can find it on my Snapchat post. You can find it anywhere. Anytime I post about Buzi Bus, I'm trying to post that phone number. So a call or text, or even hopping on Instagram and shooting us a DM. That works well. You know, once the app comes out, we'll be taking all of our rides through there. But for now, this is how we're operating. It works smoothly for now. So keep the calls coming.
Let's go. All right, guys. Well, that's what we've got for Phaser Friday, episode 6. Honestly, I appreciate it so much. You know, you guys being on here and just sharing your message, sharing your business, sharing the wisdom of things you've learned. And, you know, I think everyone listening, including myself, is just rooting for you guys to get as many rides as you can and really save as many lives as you can. So, I know you guys have a live ticker on your website of how many lives you've actually saved. So, you know, if you're curious, we'll have the website listed down below. You can check out their website and you'll see how many lives they've saved, and just keep checking in every month. And once they hit that 10,000, you know, it's going to be a big party. So,
yeah. And it's been awesome talking with you. It's been awesome working with you. You know, if anybody's going out this weekend, you know who to call. We'll be getting lit all weekend, giving rides. You can hop on the website, buy some Buzi Bus merch, you know.
Yeah.
Support, you know, full send all the way. Always Buzi Bus.
Man, what an outro. I love it. But all right, guys. Well, it's about that time. You got to get on the road, start driving. So, you know, have a great weekend, and we'll talk soon.
Appreciate it, Luke.
All right. See you, boys.